Hey everybody, it's Andy Barrar, Handy Andy from handyandymedia.com. Today I'm doing a review for Best Buy's blog on this fantastic product right here. Believe it or not, this is a portable vacuum. It's the Roidmi P1 Pro. Now in this review, we're going to take a look at the design of this portable vacuum. We'll look at some of the features and what makes it unique. And then I'll talk about some use cases. And that might be my final thoughts after I cleaned my house, or at least part of my house, with this cordless vacuum. So sit back, relax, and get your popcorn ready and cue in that intro. Now let's go ahead and start with the design of the Roidmi P1 Pro. Just from looking at it, it almost has the same size and dimensions as your cooking spray that you would have in your kitchen. Could be maybe hairspray. Some people might even think it's a water bottle. But believe it or not, this is a portable vacuum. Now it has two parts to it. You have this white kind of matte finish on the bottom and then this transparent part on the top. And here's how it works. Just by looking at it, it doesn't look like much, but it will actually flip up and then you have yourself the suction nozzle. There's a button on the front and the button does two things. Of course, it turns it on, but the ring, the LED ring around it will actually tell you what the battery life is. This has a runtime about 25 minutes. So it's not something that you're going to be using for hours on end, mostly to quick fixes and cleanups that may just happen or you're finally cleaning it up, say like your car and in the interior all around the seats. Here's how it works. On the back, you also have this wide angle LED light. This light actually illuminates the area that you're going to be cleaning, which is very, very helpful. Under that, it has a USB-C charging port. So it's going to take about, I'd say, 2.5 hours to charge. And then, like I mentioned before, you'll get about 25 minutes of runtime. It is super easy to use. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it on so you could hear what it sounds like. So I'll just press and hold the button. And now there is suction so I can do some cleaning. If you press it again, you're going to get even more suction. Well, oops, my bad. I turned it off. So I press it one more time. And now it goes even more suction. Let me just turn that off. That's probably very loud for you. So now let's talk about how you use this. It's actually quite simple. Basically, you would start off like this. There is this hinge with this magnetic tip that holds this nozzle in place. So it's not going to go anywhere unless you push it back down. Once you press the button, all you have to do is clean in kind of a continuous motion. It's not like your typical vacuum where you can kind of go back and forth and all over the place. What I found the best use is to go into like straight lines. The best way that I was able to figure this out is I just treat it like a lawnmower instead of your traditional vacuum, where you're going to go with nice continuous lines, not back and forth, but a straight line. And then you go to another straight line. That ensures you're going to get the most pickup. Speaking of pickup, what I've noticed about this is that it does a great job for small items, but bigger items it's going to have problems with. For example, I use this around the plants in my house because leaves will fall and they kind of break up because they're all brittle and you got little pieces all over in the carpet. This did a great job picking that up. But if the leaf was big, it actually got stuck on the back end over here where it's actually supposed to get sucked in just by virtue of being a little bit big. So one thing I'll notice and tell people is that if you do buy this and use this, you're probably going to find some debris that gets stuck there. And you can do two things. You can try to push it down into the chamber here, or I would just take it out. In fact, if you're vacuuming an area and you do see big stuff, it's probably best to just pick it up with your hand before you use this. Now, to clean the Roidmi P1 Pro, it's something that you probably want to do quite often by virtue of this small dustbin. And it's quite easy. There is a little locking mechanism that holds this in place. But all you got to do is twist it, and then you can take this piece off. You'll also notice that I have the filter on here, which stays on, but this also can be removed. So all you have to do to clean this is, of course, empty out the dustbin, which you're going to want to do often. But after that, or after maybe, say, a couple of uses, I would highly recommend that you clean everything. So you can wash this with water, both the nozzle and the dustbin, and also this filter as well. However, you're going to want to make sure everything dries. So I recommend doing this overnight, just leaving it open, and then in the morning you can put everything back together. So cleaning it and doing that maintenance is going to be pretty easy. The one thing that I've noticed with any kind of vacuum, whether it is your traditional vacuum or even cordless ones, is people don't really do a lot of maintenance on it. And if you don't, you're going to compromise the suction ability. And let's face it, we all want our vacuums to suck. That's a dad joke right there, if you didn't pick that up. My dad used to always tell me that. So anyways, very easy not only to use, but to clean. Now the big question is, what would you use this for? Well, there's a couple of scenarios that I found this to be very helpful. One was underneath chairs because they'll build up dust or a little bit of debris. Typically, I would use a rag, but with this, I could actually just go and do it in a nice continuous motion and clean that. It's also great for chairs and sofas as well. But not only that, like I mentioned before, I was cleaning carpets, especially around some plants. I used this actually, I found it to be very helpful for cobwebs, because what I've noticed is in the corners of every wall or you know, up above, you'll notice that cobwebs will start to appear. This does a great job of getting rid of those. Before, I would use my broom to get all those cobwebs because it's nice and high and I can do that. But then the cobwebs would get onto my broom and it was very hard to get it off, which is another use case I use this for, to get the cobwebs off my broom. And it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I just really couldn't figure out how. I was going to use another traditional vacuum to do that, but the Roidmi P1 Pro does a really good job of that as well. So basically what I'm trying to say is that you're going to find ample use cases. Like once you start using this, you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to clean this, or I'm going to clean this. You can clean your keyboards for all of your computer keyboards. You can clean, even what I did, I was cleaning shelves. I actually built this like, it's like a vertical vegetable garden inside my kitchen, a herb garden. And so, you know, you get little bits of dirt that would stick over there and it was just kind of sitting there. I didn't want to brush it off, but with this, I could just take it and pick up all of that debris. Here's the thing about the Roidmi P1 Pro. It's going to require constant maintenance. Not only emptying the dustbin, because it is not big at all. Like this thing will get full, I'd say after one cleaning. So you're pretty much going to always have to empty it. But I recommend, and I couldn't find this anywhere else, I really recommend that you clean it often because you don't want to compromise on your suction abilities. But all in all, you know, there's nothing that looks like this in terms of a vacuum on the market today. So I was really intrigued by that. I love the portability. It even has a lanyard on the bottom, which I thought was funny at first. But if you think about it, you put this in your closet, you can kind of hang it off a hook. You can put it around your arm while you're cleaning so it doesn't kind of fall off. It can get a little awkward just by the design and trying to get into tight corners, which you think this would do good. But for the most part, it's not that bad. You just got to be mindful of how you clean. You want to go in that straight motion, not back and forth like this. It's not really, I don't think, designed to do that. It's kind of like push it, the debris catches on this nozzle over here and gets sucked into the dustbin. So provided that you'd use it right, I think a lot of people would like this. It's not for everybody, but man, is this portable. You know, what an easy way if you're a parent or you have pets and you need to do a quick cleanup job. Say the kids spill something, you know, on the ground when you're trying to feed them. You can quickly pick this up and charge it. I love the fact that it charges by USB-C. 25 minutes is a pretty good time, especially when you consider that the dustbin is not that long. So there's a lot of like in terms of portability for and use cases for this portable vacuum here. Anyways, I hope you like this review of the Roidmi P1 Pro. It's a unique twist to portable vacuums and something that you should definitely check out. Now, if you like this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and of course, leave your comments below. If you have any questions about me or you want to get more information about me, you can reach me at my website, handyandymedia.com. Of course, I'm on all the social media sites as well. And I have a YouTube channel as well where I do a lot of DIY and tech content. So you want to make sure you subscribe to that as well. Find all that information on my website, Handy Andy Media. Once again, my name is Andy Barrar, Handy Andy from handyandymedia.com. Signing out. See you again next time.